Hey everyone, I am back. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. Hoping that you have had a wonderful week. And for those of you who are tuning back in and tune in every single Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook page, YouTube, and LinkedIn Live, welcome back. Let me know where you are tuning in from today in the comments. For those of you who are brand new to Mental Health Moment, and this is your first Mental Health Moment, welcome, welcome. It's Dr. Hammond here with your Mental Health Moment. And for those of you who are watching the replay on Dr. Nikisha Hammond YouTube, be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. And hi from LA, welcome, welcome. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat for those of you just now joining. And thanks again for joining here. I am tuning in from the Tampa Bay area of Florida, where good evening from Boston. Thanks so much for joining here, where it is still very hot and humid, you all. I cannot wait for the fall when it doesn't feel like 105 degrees and just you're constantly sweating because of the humidity. I can't wait for the weather to change a little bit. Hi from Chicago. Welcome, welcome. So again, yeah, let me know where you're tuning in from here in the chat. While people are starting to join here today, I do want to remind you today is the very last day to register for the Mindset Training Summit. So be sure to do that. I'll be hosting my first growth mindset and self-care summit tomorrow, actually. So it is tomorrow, Tuesday or Wednesday, August 14th from 9 a.m. Eastern until 1 p.m. Eastern time. Today is the very last day to sign up. As I mentioned, you can sign up for free at mindsettrainingsummit.com. Once you do that, you will get the link to join tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing summit. I am super excited about it because the speakers I all know personally, and they're just the most amazing, phenomenal people. They really are. I'm not just saying it because I know these individuals, but they're so amazing at who they are, personally and professionally. And they're amazing speakers. So I'm super excited for you all. So the summit, I'll tell you a little bit about it. And hi, thanks for those who are still joining here. Papua New Guinea's in the house, Virginia, Pennsylvania. Thanks so much for tuning in here. I was just talking briefly about the Mindset Training Summit that is tomorrow. So today's the last day to register. It is virtual, of course, and it's free. But essentially, the summit is designed for you to learn ways to grow your mindset. All the things that you learn on Mental Health Moment, but they're really thinking about how do you transform your life for the better. How do you work on the things that are thrown at you that seem hard and difficult to deal with? How do you work on getting to the other side of that? Essentially, how do you work on putting self-care in your life? How do you work on the perseverance that it takes to get through some really dark times? So that in a nutshell is what the summit is about. But again, be sure to register tonight because it's tomorrow morning. So, and thanks for those who are still starting to join here. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. So I wanted to remind you of that. Also, for those of you who have pre-ordered my next book, thank you so much for doing that. It's Mindset Training, Conquer Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow, which is at mindsettrainingbook.com. That's all the information to pre-order. It's coming out next month, which I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It'll be here before you know it. So thank you all. I've gotten some of your messages. Thank you all for pre-ordering. I truly appreciate that. And I'm really excited about this upcoming book here. So those are all my announcements for now. And again, for those of you who are new to Mental Health Moment, essentially Mental Health Moment is about how do you work on becoming the best version of yourself so you can show up powerfully for you and for the people around you. And what's been so fascinating. So by the way, you all, also one other announcement. So because of everything that's going on, book launch and all the things related to mental health that I'm a part of right now, I am on a podcast tour. So I know some people have been asking, all the podcast episodes are on my website, drnikishahammond.com, and I'll put that at the end, my website again. drnikishahammond.com. So all the podcasts, as our team gets them in and gets the links, are all going to be on that website. But I've also been sharing, as I've been getting episodes from the hosts on different social media outlets that I'm on. So because I know some people have been asking about links. So those will be on social media, or you can go to the website and get all of the links. But it's been an interesting journey. I've had some really great, just really great podcast hosts, and just yeah, some great information that I was able to share with the community. So you can check that out as well. Someone said I enjoy listening to the Wellness Wednesday segments. Yay! I'm so happy to hear that. Um, and yes, I don't want to keep making announcements. I'll tell you all at the end about that, and I'll actually give you the mental health wellness tips that you're here for today. But thank you for sharing that. And good evening for those who are still starting to join here. Hi from Kansas. Welcome, welcome. And Dallas is in the house as well. Okay, so today's mental health moment. One of the things that I want you all to be thinking about is your favorite thing, probably decluttering. And when I say that, I do mean also mentally decluttering, because a lot of times when we think of decluttering, we might think of cleaning out our closets or cleaning a certain space, around us where we live, or our office, or whatever it is that we need to declutter, which is important too. But also mentally, it's also important that you work and have a system of decluttering. So one of the ways to do that, actually, well, there's two ways to do that. One is your just some of your inner thoughts, recognizing what some of your inner thoughts are, recognizing the negative thoughts, especially recognizing thoughts that are repetitive for you, which could be a complete lie. Actually, I was just talking about that today. We were just talking about that today with a podcast host, of how we tend to believe the things that we think, but we lie to ourselves very often. Like, we tell ourselves things that are absolutely not true. We tell ourselves self things that are very harsh, and just are not true. And sometimes when you're in a dark place, or you're dealing with some sadness, or you're nervous, or whatever it is that you're going through, it actually makes your negative thoughts a little bit worse. Um, so it's really important for you to recognize not all your thoughts are true, and also to recognize that there's things that you can do in order to almost work on decluttering all of that negativity. But it takes time, you all. I can't stress enough that a lot of things I teach on mental health moment, I want to share a lot of strategies and a lot of tips with you, but as a strong reminder, some of this just takes time. It could take weeks, it could take months, it could take years, depending on who you are and where you're at in your wellness journey. Hi from Long Island, New York. Welcome, welcome. And be sure to keep letting me know where you're tuning in here in the chat. Um, so so I share that with you because it's really important, again, for you to work on decluttering just internally. Sometime taking an inventory. What are the thoughts? What are the negative thoughts? What are the repetitive thoughts? And also working on replacing those thoughts with things that are true, and things that are true about you, but maybe emotionally you're not believing that as yet. So thoughts like I am enough, or I deserve happiness, or I deserve self-love, like those type of thoughts, which are very true. Each and every one of you deserve those things, but sometimes emotionally it can be hard to believe it. But it's still important to work on retraining your brain in that way. Thanks for those who are still starting to join here. Jones, Louisiana's in the house. Welcome. And the other part of decluttering, which can help you mentally, but it's not really an internal thing, it's more of an external, but it also helps with resetting and retraining your brain, is actually if you work on digital decluttering. And so what that means is your cell phones, which we all have, which sometimes have so many apps, you might need to declutter some of your apps. Like, how can you make your life more organized by doing like a digital declutter? The other part is your whatever you have. Let me start with being a little broader. All of your electronics, not all at one time, because I know that may be overwhelming. So if you have laptop or a desktop or an iPad, some sort of tablet, Kindle, whatever it is that you have electronically, can you take the time little by little? You don't have to be overwhelmed and stressed by this, but start to do a digital declutter of those things. because it just really can help your mindset also when you get to that phone or computer or whatever electronics that you're using and things are more organized for you. And again, I totally recognize this takes time. I recognize you may be like, Dr. Hammond, I got 500 things going on. I don't have time to declutter. So then you take the baby steps, but take those types of steps because it's really important for you to retrain your brain and to uh, put things around you that are more organized so that you can have more relaxation, which your brain needs, and reset and recharge time. And someone said, love those affirmations. Thank you so much. You're absolutely welcome. Greenville, South Carolina in the house. Welcome. I'm so glad I could see the comments today, you all. For those of you who have been on Mental Health Moment for a long time, you know that I'm always like, let me not jinx myself, but I'm always like, can I see the comments today or not? It just is what it is with technology, with it streaming, but I can actually see all of you all's comments today, which is nice. Let's see. Reverend Kenneth is in the house from Kenya. Welcome, welcome. Arizona's in the house. Columbus, Ohio's in the house. And welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for joining here. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. So again, today we're talking about how can you work on decluttering. So again, internally, some of your thoughts, really going through them. Sometimes going through thoughts can be a painful process. So I do want to say that what's always so hard with mental health and when I provide mental health strategies to different organizations or I'm doing some type of public education is that it's just not a one size fits all model when it comes to examining your thoughts. So for some of you, you can do that, examine your thoughts. You're like, man, I know my common thought is I'm not good enough, or whatever that thought is. I'm not whatever enough, and then you can work on replacing it on your own and life is great and it takes some time and you're good. For some of you, which is okay, this is not from a place of blame, but for some of you, your thoughts may be so painful or so harsh that or tied to so much trauma that you might need the help of a mental health professional to sort that out, which is okay to do. I want to just a little, public service announcement here, remind you that it is okay if you need to reach out to a mental health professional. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're stupid. Doesn't mean you're lazy. None of those things. It actually means that, you know what, this is something that's a little bit more challenging to do on my own. So let me reach out to a professional to help me through that process. Right. And speaking of therapy, and hi for those who are still starting to join here, it's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. Speaking of therapy, if you guys have been or were watching the Olympics when it was on, one of the things I loved, because for some of you who already know, I love Simone Biles. She talked about how even when she was at the Olympics, like one of the greatest athletes of all time, she was still in her therapy sessions. She was still working on her confidence and her visualizations and those sort of things. So you all, if one of the greatest athletes of all time, my favorite Olympian of all time, if she can say, "Hey, I took a step and I continued with my therapy," then I think it's just something to remind each and every one of us that you don't of course, have to be an Olympian to do therapy, but you absolutely positively can benefit, and it is okay to seek the help of a professional if you need that. So again, there's a whole spectrum when it comes to mental health. Um, you may be, it doesn't matter actually where you're at, but you may be like, it's great, I'm good, or you may be like, I feel like I'm falling apart, I need some help. All good. And even if you're not falling apart, you can still benefit from a mental health professional if you need that. Um, and thanks for those who are still starting to join here. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. Um, so great question. Someone said, is it possible that I get notes of, wait, wait, I don't know if, I think you're saying I get notes of mental health moment. I don't know if that's what you're asking in the comments, but if you were asking that, all of the replays are always on Dr. Nikisha Hammond YouTube and actually all the social media platforms. I believe they save it, so you can always like rewind and get that information. I think that's a question you were asking me. So yes, you can always run and get that information. And so, for those of you just joining in now, I do want to remind you, I told you all at the beginning, but I know some of you were trickling in a little bit later, that tonight is the last night, or some of you, it's morning for you. Um, Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, August 14th at 9 a.m. Eastern time, is when the growth mindset and self care summit that I'll be hosting will be happening. So before that time, as in tonight, um, is the last day for you to register for this summit. It is completely free. There are myself, I'll be hosting obviously the summit, and then there's 6 other incredible speakers. It's a half day event, 9 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern. I mean, well, I know because I know these individuals, like it's going to be great. It really just is going to be great. So I encourage you to sign up. Very powerful speakers, very powerful stories, very transformational work that will be happening tomorrow for free for the community. So again, mindsettrainingsummit.com is where you can go to sign up. If you happen to be watching this video after August 14th, I am so sorry that you missed the live summit, but still go to mindsettraining.com and we'll have some other information and some other type of resources and information about the next one, which will be in 2025. But hopefully you're watching this video before that time so you can sign up. Where can you register? Great question. You can go, and it's on the screen, or maybe you can't see it right now, but it's mindsettrainingsummit.com. So mindsettrainingsummit.com. So that's where you can go to register. DJ's here from Maryland's in the house. Welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for joining here. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. Okay, so as I wrap up today's mental health moment, I want to remind each and every one of you, first of all, thank you for being here, not for me, but for you, because it's so critically important. This is honestly a lifetime process of continuing to better yourself. So I love people like you who are learning ways to become a better version of who they are, because that's really what it's about. This is for you. And it also positively affects the people around you when you are showing up as the best version of who you are. So thank you again for tuning in. And also, I hope to see you tomorrow. I can't believe it's tomorrow. Time is flying, you all. I hope to see you tomorrow at the summit. Let me put my greetings from New Jersey's in the house. Welcome, welcome. Let me put, if I can find the other banner here. I'm going to put okay, there we go. My website up here as well, Dr. Nikisha Hammond, as I mentioned, with all the information. Some of you have been asking about the latest podcast interviews, links, all those sorts of things. Those are all under the events under Dr. Nikisha Hammond. You can always go there at any time, as well, to get updates. And I think that's all my updates actually for you. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, okay, sorry. Someone you were saying, is there a book that I've written about mental health? Oh, gotcha. Okay, let me just put that banner up really quick. Hopefully you're at a place where you can see that. Oops. Okay, hold on. Oh, I guess I can do both. Okay. Y'all, I'm learning technology. Okay. That was literally by accident. But okay, so to answer your question about the book, so the book website is mindsettrainingbook.com. And I apologize, you all. It's just a lot going on this time of year. So I know that was like multiple websites. But yeah, the information about the book that's on pre-order is at mindsettrainingbook.com. It does officially come out September 10th. However, if you pre-order, then there's some goodies that come along with that. And I think someone mentioned before, actually, I promised to tell you all at the end, about the Wellness Wednesday community now. So when you register, you're automatically for free into the Wellness Wednesday community. And essentially what that is I'll be doing shorter videos than this. It's like 1 minute or less. And I do watch the clock. So 60 seconds or less of your time. And I'm giving you a tip and something to try every single week when it comes to your wellness. That's just my greater commitment to you all, because I totally get it. I totally get it. Like, we all need to be uplifted. We all need to stay connected. We all need to stay motivated and disciplined through our wellness journeys wherever we're at in that. So I'm providing different tips and strategies every single Wednesday, which anyways, when you pre-order the book and sign up through mindsettrainingbook.com, it'll show you all the information, and then you'll automatically be entered into the Wellness Wednesday quick videos and or text. So hopefully that answered your question about the book. Hi from San Francisco. Welcome back. Let me see. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think those are all of my announcements today. A lot going on. You're pre-ordered. Yay! Thank you so much for pre-ordering. I'm super excited about this book. Oh, and also, so yeah, in September, after the book is officially out, then I'll be obviously talking a little bit about the book and have it in hand, and hopefully you all will too. Actually, I'll give it a couple weeks, maybe early October, and then I'll do some mental health moments specifically related to the book. So hopefully you guys have the book in hand, and I'll go through some of the materials that are in there and share share some of the stories, that some of the personal stories that are in the book as well. So if someone wants to invite you to come and talk about mental health to youth, what am I supposed to do? Great question. You can go to drnikishahammond.com. If you have any inquiries about me speaking, to youth or corporate, or any organizations about burnout prevention, which is what I usually speak on, or mental wellness, you can always reach out at drnikishahammond.com. So thanks for asking that. And again, I hope to see some of you all at the virtual summit tomorrow. If for some reason you're just not tuning in and you're like, what virtual summit? Just head to any of my social media platforms, and Dr. Nikisha Hammond. You can find me on any social media platforms, and I do have the information on there as well to join the virtual summit, which starts tomorrow at 9 a.m., which I'm super excited about. Let me see what that says. Yes. Okay. So I read it was just a long post, but yes, very, very, very true. You'll be there. Awesome. I can't wait to see you there. Awesome, awesome. Okay. So I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you all again so much for joining. Hope to see you all tomorrow at the virtual summit. And I will be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here live on Black Women Empower Incorporated Facebook page, YouTube, and LinkedIn Live. Mental fitness conference in Jamaica. Yes, you can absolutely reach out. Jamaica would be super awesome. That's where my mom's side of the family's from. So yeah, definitely reach out, drnikishahammond.com or any social media platform. Yay, you'll be in. Awesome. I will see you guys there. Thank you also, and have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you all, well, most of you all, probably next Tuesday, if not tomorrow morning, for our half day summit. So take care of yourselves, be well, and I'll see you next week.